Hello, hello, hello. Am I the asshole? Dear AWB, so where do I start? I have been dealing with a narcissistic baby daddy who has unjustly took my son from me, all because I don't want to be with him. We have been fighting for nearly 5 years now, and it's taken a toll on me to the point where I really want to throw in the towel, but I can't do that to my son. My son's father is nearly 30 years older than me. I am 33, he is 59. Our son is 7 years old. The court situation is like a nightmare out of a Lifetime movie. I have sat and thought about many spells that I want to do, even harmful spells, but with my son being with him, I don't want to do those spells or to hurt my baby, so I backed off wanting to do harmful spells. I even thought about a love spell, and before you say anything, Auntie, I know how you feel about that. I feel the same way. The thought of this man sickens my stomach, but what I do now is how much he but what I do know is how much he wants me, and that is the point where I'm willing to do whatever to get my son back. I can't let pride get in the way, and I feel like I have been letting my morals and my pride keep me from my son. I feel like that if I do a love spell or a spell that makes this man drop his guard down and make himself look like a fool, then I could easily prove to the judge what type of person he is. I don't want to do it, but I'm at my wit's end at this point. I don't know if a sweetening jar would be sufficient enough. I need something that really would make him do whatever I want. That's why I feel like a love spell would work, but I'm not sure. And another note, as much as I know that he wants me, and I know that his guard is up because everything that we have been through with the courts. So I know he's not going to trust me. So confusion needs to be a part of the spell work. I'm all over the place, love. Please give me insight, and I really appreciate it. Hi. Okay, let me give you some insight. Okay, so let me start with the judgment of him. 59, dating a 33-year-old, to me gives me predator vibes. This guy seems like a predator. That's just my opinion. I know it's an unpopular one. I don't give a damn what all y'all think, but I'd be damned if a damn near 60-year-old man should be talking to anybody in their 30s. I digress. Now, being that you were being predatorized, I know that's not a word. Do not send me no emails trying to correct me because I make up my own shit as I go along. I believe that you doing anything to get your son back is exactly what is warranted and what is needed. Now, I'm going to give you advice on what I would do if I was in this exact same situation. If a 59-year-old man stole my kid away from me and you done exhausted every avenue with the courts, it's spell work time. And what I'm about to say is an unpopular opinion, but I don't give two shits because when it comes to the kids, all the stops get pulled in regards unto me. I would get a voodoo doll and work the fuck out of him. I would do a honey jar with him. I would also do a skull commanding spell, and I would get a poppet, aka voodoo doll. And when I say voodoo doll to work him, I'm not talking about to curse him or to hurt him or whatever. I would manipulate his mind and his energy with the doll. How do you do that, might you ask? Well, I'm so glad you asked me this question. If this guy has been, now from what I know about this case, and I know a little bit more than what's here because I recognize the name and know I will be not giving your name out over this public platform, but I know that this dude was very abusive. And y'all already know how I feel about any man that's abusive to a woman, aka any woman that's abusive to a man. Abuse does not belong in relationships. This dude would be fucked up. Now, I understand your reservation about doing something overall to him because you don't want it to blow back on your son. And that's why I suggest a voodoo doll, because you're targeting your specific target with the doll, or a male figure candle. You could do one or the other. But for me, for this, I'd do a doll because you can keep working that doll. The candle, you just burn it down, then you got to burn another one. You see the difference? So if it were me, I would get me some commanding oil, some licorice root, because licorice root is a commanding herb. I would get me a petition paper and put it underneath the doll, and I would drop commanding oil on it and burn black and blue candles around the doll, set my intent, and the petition paper will write exactly what I would want him to do. I would use a blue skull candle as well to implant my thoughts in his head. And the thoughts that I would implant is for him to first start off with joint custody, and then from there you can go with you can, you know, up it to maybe full or primary, depending on, you know, how your county run. I can only go by LA County because that's what I know, but that's what I would do. Now, as for the love spell, pretending to love him just to get in his good graces, I probably would do that shit too. Y'all already know how I feel about love spells. Y'all already know I don't like that shit at all. But for this situation, it's a little different. It's not like you want the man. You really just want your kid. And he has primary custody. And you've tried every single avenue under the sun through the courts. And I'll be the first one to admit, sometimes the courts do not get it right. They don't. Let's just keep it a buck. If anybody tell you that the courts get it right 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, no, they don't. Sometimes the courts fuck up. Sometimes judges don't see things. Sometimes judges aren't able to get all the information to rule in the best interest of the child, depending on the circumstances going on. But for this, if it mean, I'm telling you what I would do, and y'all finna judge the shit out of me, but I don't give a damn. If I got to give up a coochie coupon, 1 or 2, to protect my baby and bring them back to me, I would do that shit in a heartbeat. I'll bust it open and let Mr. 59-year-old's little limp noodle stir every piece of my macaroni to get my child back. But y'all go ahead and tell me I'm fucked up. I'm sure you are in the comment section, and I don't give a damn. Because when it comes to kids, I have no problem letting him rearrange my guts and bending over and backing it up on pawpaw. That's what I would do. But I digress again. Your kid is 7, which means you was in your 20s when this shit went down, and this motherfucker was well in his 40s. You were groomed. You're a victim, in my opinion. And a lot of people disagree with that shit. Hell, I had a conversation with somebody the other day that said teenagers can consent to having sex with adults. And I'm like, no, the fuck they can't. Because by law, they cannot consent. So if an adult penetrate a child, it's forcible or it's non-forcible / what is it called? Statutory non-forcible, you know, depending on what state you're in the legal jargon, versus forcible. I don't give a damn if it's statutory or not. The shit's just wrong. And I think that you weren't in your right mind because you're dealing with depression and you're dealing with, you know, you're trying to get your mental health in order, which I completely agree that you should definitely do so you can show up as your best self for your baby. But he probably saw that in you because of past trauma and saw somebody coming that he wanted to take advantage of. And here you go in this situation. So now that you got your hands on your nuts and you're ready to go there, I highly recommend you fight tooth and nail to get your kid back by any means necessary. And if that means that you gotta do what you gotta do, if you gotta do something strange for some custody arrangement, you do whatever the fuck you gotta do to protect your child. That's just me. But in the magical sense, pop it, sugar spell or honey jar, whatever you want to call it, and a motherfucking skull commanding, and work his monkey ass. And if you really want to be frisky, put the poppet in the honey jar and just work his ass. You can definitely do that too. That'll make him real sweet. He'll be real nice towards you. I don't know if you might have to bend over and bust it open for him, but the option will arise. But that's on you. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm telling you what I would do. You see the difference? Because baby, yeah, to get my kid, if that means that I got to lay up with Pawpaw and look at his gray ass nut hairs, I'm doing it. Yeah, I would. He'll be spanking me. I soak his dentures. I'll do whatever the fuck I got to do to get my child back. And that's on my mama and his great-great-grandma, Maybelle, or whatever her name is, Clara Sue, whoever she might be. I'm telling you, that's what I would do. I am the African Witch Bitch Hoodoo practitioner. If you're in the market to purchase low-cost hoodoo supplies, I'm doing a major sale. It's Gemini season. Hit up my website, and I will talk to you guys soon. Ashe.